Throughout history, certain sacred objects have stood as symbols of deep faith, mystery, and miraculous power. These Orthodox artifacts aren't just relics of the past, they're believed to connect the physical and divine in ways that go beyond our understanding. In today's video, we're exploring the most revered of these artifacts, items that have inspired devotion for centuries. Get ready to uncover their incredible stories and the profound impact they've had on believers throughout time. The True Cross. Let's start with the True Cross, one of the most sacred relics in all of Christianity. According to tradition, this is the very cross upon which Jesus Christ was crucified. The story of how it was found takes us back to the 4th century, during the reign of Roman Emperor Constantine. His mother, Saint Helena, made a pilgrimage to Jerusalem and through divine guidance, discovered the cross buried in the ground. Can you imagine? That moment must have been surreal. After discovering the true cross, it was divided into small relics and distributed across the Christian world, where they are still venerated to this day. Now, of course, there's been some skepticism over the years, with critics arguing about the authenticity of these fragments. But for Orthodox Christians, it's not just about the physical object. The true cross represents the victory of Christ over death and his ultimate sacrifice for humanity. It's a tangible connection to one of the most important moments in Christian history, and that's what makes it so sacred. There are still pieces of the true cross displayed in various churches across the globe today, including in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Pilgrims travel from all over the world just to catch a glimpse of it. Whether you believe in the relic's authenticity or not, there's no denying the deep spiritual significance it holds for millions of believers. The Holy Mandelion. Next up, we've got the Holy Mandelion, also known as the Image of Edessa. This artifact is a bit of a mystery. It's considered one of the earliest known images of Christ. But what makes it even more interesting is the belief that it wasn't painted by human hands. Legend has it that King Abgar of Edessa, who lived around the time of Christ, was gravely ill. He sent a messenger to ask Jesus for healing, and in response, Jesus sent him a cloth that had his face miraculously imprinted on it. The king was healed, and the cloth became a powerful relic. What makes the Mandelion so unique in Orthodox tradition is that it's considered a true icon, a sacred image created by divine intervention. This concept of a cheropoieta, meaning not made by hands, is incredibly important in Orthodox Christianity. It signifies that God himself is present in the image, which is why icons play such a central role in Orthodox worship. The Mandelion's journey through history is wild. It was lost, rediscovered, hidden, and finally brought to Constantinople, where it was venerated for centuries. Even today, the story of the Holy Mandelion captivates believers and historians alike. Whether you see it as a symbol of divine intervention or simply an ancient artifact, its legacy continues to inspire faith. The Belt of the Theotokos. Now let's talk about an artifact that's closely connected to the Virgin Mary herself, the Belt of the Theotokos. According to tradition, the Virgin Mary, also known as the Theotokos in Orthodox Christianity, left behind her belt as a relic before her assumption into heaven. That's right, this isn't just any belt. It's said to have miraculous healing powers. The belt, or zoni as it's called in Greek, is preserved in the monastery of Vatopedi on Mount Athos, one of the most sacred monastic sites in the Orthodox world. Orthodox believers visit from far and wide, hoping to be blessed by the relic, especially when praying for healing from serious illness or infertility. What's really fascinating about this artifact is that it's tied to many miracles throughout history. There are countless stories of people being cured or blessed after praying before the Belt of the Theotokos. The fact that this simple yet deeply meaningful item has had such a profound impact on so many lives is a testament to the faith of those who venerate it. The Relics of St John the Baptist. When we talk about holy relics, we can't forget about St John the Baptist. Known as the forerunner of Christ, he's an incredibly important figure in Orthodox Christianity, so it's no surprise that the relics of St John are among the most venerated in the Orthodox world. One of the most famous relics associated with him is his right hand, which, according to tradition, is the hand that baptized Jesus in the Jordan River. This relic has traveled across empires and countries and is currently housed at the monastery of Cetinje in Montenegro. People flock to see it, not just because of its historical significance, but because of the belief that St. John continues to intercede for humanity. His relics are said to bring blessings, healings, and spiritual strength to those who venerate them. The Orthodox faith places a strong emphasis on the saints and their continuing role in the lives of believers, and St. John's relics are a beautiful example of that connection between heaven and earth. The Holy Fire of Jerusalem. This next artifact isn't a physical object, but rather a miraculous event that occurs every year, the Holy Fire of Jerusalem. Every year, on Holy Saturday, the day before Easter, a miraculous flame is said to descend upon the tomb of Christ in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. The flame is then passed around to light the candles of thousands of pilgrims gathered in the church. What's even more amazing is that the holy fire is said to not burn anyone during the first moments after it appears. People can touch the flame without getting burned. This has been witnessed by thousands of people over the centuries, and for many Orthodox Christians, it's one of the most powerful and tangible signs of God's presence on earth. The event has been happening for centuries and is closely tied to the Orthodox celebration of Pascha, Easter. For those who experience it, the holy fire is a reminder of the resurrection of Christ and the divine light that guides the faithful. Whether you see it as a miracle or a tradition, it's hard not to be moved by the devotion and awe surrounding this event. The Relics of St. Nicholas. Who doesn't love a good story about St. Nicholas? While he's often associated with Santa Claus in modern culture, St. Nicholas of Myra is a major figure in Orthodox Christianity. His relics are some of the most venerated in the Orthodox world, and they've been associated with miracles for centuries. St. Nicholas is known as the patron saint of sailors, children, and those in need, and his relics, housed in the city of Bari, Italy, continue to draw pilgrims from all over the world. There's a fascinating tradition called the Manna of St. Nicholas, where a mysterious liquid is said to exude from his relics. This liquid is believed to have healing properties, and it's collected and distributed to the faithful as a powerful blessing. What's incredible about St. Nicholas is how he continues to inspire devotion and goodwill even after so many centuries. His life of charity, kindness, and deep faith is a powerful example for Orthodox Christians, and his relics are a tangible reminder of the impact one person can have on the world. The Cross of St. Andrew. Let's move on to St. Andrew, one of Jesus' 12 apostles. According to tradition, St. Andrew was martyred on an X-shaped cross, and this relic, known as the Cross of St. Andrew, holds special significance, especially in Orthodox countries like Greece and Russia. The cross itself has become a symbol of faith, and pieces of it are venerated in various churches across the Orthodox world. For believers, this relic is not just a reminder of St. Andrew's sacrifice, but also a call to live a life of faith, even in the face of hardship. St. Andrew is also known as the protoclete, or first called, since he was the first disciple to follow Christ. This connection to the very beginnings of Christianity makes his relics particularly important in Orthodox tradition, and they serve as a bridge between the early church and modern-day believers. The icon of Our Lady of Kazan. Lastly, let's talk about one of the most famous and revered icons in Russian Orthodox history, the icon of Our Lady of Kazan. This icon is believed to have been miraculously discovered in the 16th century by a young girl in the city of Kazan. Since then, it has become one of the most venerated icons in all of Russia. The icon is associated with countless miracles, including protecting Russia from invasions and bringing blessings to those who pray before it. It's often called the protectress of Russia, and copies of the icon can be found in homes and churches throughout the country. What's especially significant about icons in Orthodox tradition is that they're not just religious art. Icons are seen as windows to the divine, a way for believers to connect with the spiritual world. The icon of Our Lady of Kazan is a powerful reminder of the intercession of the Theotokos, and it continues to inspire devotion and faith in Orthodox Christians around the world. Which one of these artifacts did you find the most fascinating? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.